guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Sellssi, and what a day for Arsenal and Partey. He got his very first silverware with the Gunners in the Community Shield. Some would call it a preseason, but only those who lost the game would call it and try to downplay what a win in a cup game, despite it just being a preseason with a cap on it game. Thomas Partey was immense for the Gunners, stoic in the middle of the park once again. It's crazy to think that the Gunners wanted at a point in time to offload him into the Saudi League. Their new signings, Timber and Rice, also were on display, but we'll talk about Partey and his intense and immense contribution to this game here for the Gunners. Ernest Nuamah as well was on target. A goal and an assist, the man of the match performance for him. We'll look at that, as well as Daniel Barnier. I'm sure you've seen the goals now, his exploits last night for his club side FC Zurich in their win. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. We'll start from the camp of Thomas Partey. The Community Shield, it was at Wembley, and he got his hands on his very first trophy for the Gunners. And it was very first trophy with the Gunners. It was the Community Shield. The Ghana midfielder put in an impressive performance for Arsenal as they beat Manchester City 4-1 on penalties. And it's quite an interesting game. Football, no matter how many times you think you have seen it, how many times you think you know what is going to happen, football somehow finds a way to surprise you. I was watching this game, and I'm sure by now you've seen some of our match reaction, but I was watching this game and I was quite perplexed actually about the way City could have buried it, but did not. Arsenal, in my opinion, had lost the mentality battle, but they showed that they had another gear in them. They were immense. But the deflection, but you make your own luck, as I usually tend to say, and if not for their persistence, that Trossard shot probably might not have happened. The substitutions worked for him, but the Ghana midfielder was immense. He in a keenly contested encounter on Sunday. The final outcome had to be decided on penalties as the game ended in a 1-1 draw stalemate. Despite the early dominance of Man City, the Gunners held on, soaking every bit of pressure while proving to be efficient with the least opportunity they had. After a goalless first half, City coach Pep Guardiola proved his tactical prowess again as his substitutes of Kevin De Bruyne and Cole Palmer combined to score the opening goal. Palmer calmly converted De Bruyne's pass in the 77th minute. Partey suffered a injury late on in the game, which was almost like a setback for the Gunners, who were seeking the equalizer. Despite it being late in the game, the Black Stars player managed to continue after his injury was bandaged and eventually helped his team to get the needed equalizer. Trossard climbed up the bench to score from Saka's pass in injury time. The game traveled to penalty shootout, as it does in this one. In the Community Shield, they don't play extra time, so Partey's endurance for 90 minutes despite the late injury proves his importance to the Gunners, and the team might not need to be so. They dare not sell him, because if they do, they will struggle this season. It is clear, and this shows it, despite several reports suggesting that Partey was going to leave. I think it's quite clear that Thomas Partey is an integral cog in this Arsenal machinery. He is going to be important for them heading into the season, which kicks off next week, Saturday. Man City will be taking on newly promoted Burnley under their former player Vincent Kompany. It was going to be an interesting season, but it was a great game of football. I enjoyed every minute of it, and the end was even more enthralling. Kevin De Bruyne combining with fellow substitute Palmer before that equalizer by substitute Trossard, both managers getting their substitutions right. It was all a mental game in the penalty shootout, and unfortunately for Man City, they fell short. 4 perfect kicks for Arsenal, 1 for Manchester City, and that was how it ended. First silverware for Thomas Partey and Arsenal. So dazzling was Ernest Nuamah. Another impressive display from the Ghanaian talented youngster showed his abilities once again as he led FC Nordsjælland to their third consecutive victory in the Danish Super League. The 19-year-old scored a hat-trick in the team's opening match. For his heroics, the away team had taken the lead in the first half through Nikolai Vyas, who stand Nordsjælland in the 37th minute. However, Ibrahim Osman, another Ghanaian prodigy, inspired the team to level as his pass met Marcus Ingvasten, who scored to equalize in the 52nd minute. And Nuamah found the net 22 minutes later with a stunning free kick and went on to set up another as Martin Fresh buried the brilliant cross from the right flank to seal the victory for the Danish Giants, who are aiming to make amends for their setbacks last season. The goal now puts Nuamah as a joint top scorer this season with 4 goals alongside Portuguese forward Diogo Goncalves, who plays for FC Copenhagen. In 3 appearances, Nuamah has already scored 50% of his league goals last season, which signals an improvement in his efficiency. Despite his commitment to the club, a number of European clubs have expressed their admiration for the youngster, and expressing your interest is normal for someone who is doing well, but they have to put their money where their mouth is and snap him up if they feel he is worth it. But great display from Ernest Nuamah once again for his club side FC Nordsjælland. He is having a terrific time in Denmark. We wish him all the very best. And the last night was a great night for Daniel Efriebanye. He was on target for his club side, FC Zurich. A brace for the Ghanaian, who has come under fire, especially following the under-23 AFCON disappointment. He's being played more now as a false 9 sort of, and the goals he scored showed his efficiency in snapping the pass or the ball from the opponent. I think the defenders went to sleep and he was there to poach on it and make it count. Congratulations to Daniel Efriebanye, Ernest Nuamah, and Thomas Partey on getting his first trophy with the Gunners. So that has been it for today. Partey's first trophy with Arsenal, the Community Shield. Ernest Nuamah on target again, and Daniel Efriebanye dazzling in FC Zurich there for them. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great start to the week.